The women's final is underway. The local Soleil Errico linking into the opening ride for this year's Cuervo Classic, the Longboard World Championships here at Malibu. And she's on her way to opening up the exchange, to getting that first ride ridden. Nice footwork, slow pace to it, engages the rail for Errico as she climbs up to the nose one more time, gets that sole arch bottom turn, lines it up into the pocket, and just engages that rail, throws spray both off that forehand turn as well as the back rail, now into that hang 10 again. Sets it up here with that drop knee cut back and is styling her way through to an early start in the finals against Sophia Culhane of Hawaii and Soleil Errico of Southern California.
She's reinvented her surfing. She's taken it even further here. There's remnants of a kind of Australian Cat Hughes with the way she turns and uses the drop knee. But all of this nose riding has got beautiful Hawaiian and Malibu, California influence. Look at that turn. That's the Cat Hughes reference I was talking about. That beautiful rail work. But look at the charisma and the poise that Soleil is showing in her surfing. There's a maturity to this 21-year-old that has really blown me away all event. And the flow and the power and the link and the glide between all the sections has just been first class.
Wow, great ride. She opens up on a 6.83 and puts Sophia with that priority now, chasing a score. Finishes off with that quick tap to the nose on the inside section as well. She has yet to take off on a ride. Soleil Errico in red with second priority has to give way to Sophia on this ride. Now up and running to the nose, perches to that hang 5 for a moment, back into a second hang 5. Locks in for a long one. She's going to go for that 10 quickly as that wave continues to bowl up in front of her. A longer hang 10, back to the 5, back to the 10, as Soleil is now up and riding on a solid set just behind. And Sophia digs the rail but manages to recover, wipes the face and goes back to the nose as Soleil is silky smooth out the back. An incredible performance in the first 2/3.
So she takes a midline there and now gets a high line, but not super high, more in the middle of the wave. Smart surfing. She's got the perfect trim line there. And this is where she starts to get radical on the nose, getting a tight 5, a quick 10, and then the longer 10. That's the first long 10, but that third 10 there was exceptional. And then she puts this board on rail, and just here, she just takes that wobble. And at that moment, the rhythm, the tempo is changed. And you think that she's recovered here, and she does do a couple of really good nose rides, but there was just a sense of a loss of momentum.
Sophia goes down, slips off the wax, and falls on the finish of her wave, while Soleil Errico is trimming her way through multiple nose rides, incredible rail work, and setting this high line once again as she comes through for that long 5, pedals back off, down to the tail, wraps it back into the foam,
wow,
and gives the stare back to the tower.
That was a full roundhouse cutback at the end. She put that board into a figure of 8 S-turn all the way around. She's just checking that board is safe and sound.
That was a gnarly finish just now. She got fully sucked over the falls on top of it.
In contrast to Soleil's, which was a similar start, straight up for the critical nose ride, gets the 10, gets the sole arch, has a bit of bounce there, but navigates that stylishly. But then look at this middle section of the wave. She just releases back off the bottom and elegantly climbs up to the top, using the cross-stepping as she's rising up into the wave for another 10, and then pedaling back to the tail. Those release turns are absolutely sensational. But wait for this turn on the inside. She gets one more nose ride here, sole arch, arm up, iconic Malibu pier in the background, and then goes for this turn, full figure of 8, roundhouse, cutback, rebounds off the foam, and then the flick of the rail edge here was awkward. But look at that turn. That was absolutely outstanding, and I think it's going to be a huge score.
Scores in for Soleil. It's an 8.67 as we take a look at that fall on the inside, checks the board multiple times. So many of those surfers were in the draw, and there's been a little run of events, the Supergirl Pro, which Rachel Tilley won. Both of these surfers were in the lineup for that one. There's been a lot of excitement and events in the lead up here to Malibu, as we see a nice drive back from Sophia as she finds that next hang 10, 5 pedals off the pocket, and now redirects here through to the inside. And she's getting some work done. And for her, this is her second wave. Nice critical 5 to 10, back to the 10, hangs on to the 5, Nearly falls, and she goes down backwards with the windmills kind of waving. Just that rhythm lost in the finishing section. Now really needs to shake it off, settle the nerves, and know that she has everything it takes to take out Soleil in this heat.
Yeah, that's very true, Shannon. Malibu has continually done that. It's continually been a driving force for creative, dynamic longboarding over the decades.
Yeah, we've seen the development of the sport from this break alone, as Sophia's now up and running again, drops in on the backwash. Into that 5 to start, into the 10. So you can see that beautiful glisten of the sun as Sophia now drives through the rail, sets up that turn, and kicks out knowing that wave's not going to have any great scoring potential. But that's the first wave that she's controlled all the way through to the finish. And that could be that moment to flip that rhythm. Utilizing her local knowledge in perfect wave selection throughout this entire event, it's been unbelievable to witness. And then to be able to perform, to showcase what the judges are looking for that all-around surfer from both nose riding and very good, solid rail work. As Soleil is now up and riding again, perches on the nose for a quick moment, sets up that rail in that big S turn. Now back to that 5, looking for a 10 if she can find it. You can feel when those surfers are trying to look for it, and she finds it. Sophia now up and riding out the back behind her, straight to the 5 as Soleil does that full wrap back into the pocket as well. Sophia engaging the rail back to the nose. Soleil on the inside section with more criticalness to offer as she comes through for the finish. Sophia getting some great work done out the back as well.
In contrast to the slightly bigger wave that Soleil Errico had, with 4 steps up for a full soul arch 10, into a tight 5, pedaling back into some sweeping, snaking turns, climbing and dropping and accelerating. And look how she chooses the high part of the wave to lock in that 5 and lock in that 10. That whole tail board just lifting and locking, allowing that nose to stay out of the face. And again, that dynamic turn. And see how she keeps that upper body quite high but flexes low in the hips and knees. I love the body language. And then look at this hang 10 through the inside. Just when she's perched on the 10, she drops the arms low, and then how clean is that kick?
And Sophia now looking to put on a clean finish as Soleil kicks out and paddles as fast as she can to the top of the lineup. Sophia now kind of checking to see maybe where Soleil is, but more importantly focusing on finishing this wave strong. Nice tap to the 10 off of the 5, and she'll have a great score to come through.
Absolutely, that was a beautiful exchange. This is Sophia's wave. Sets up, there's the 5, 4 steps up to the tip, soul arch, pedals back to the tail, big sweeping cutback. See the spray and the acceleration as she switches planing edges and comes off the bottom again for that second cutback after that second nose ride. 3rd time on the nose. Hang 5, low in the wave, in the perfect line. Again, sets herself up for another line. Low in the wave, but high in the wave as she gets onto the 5. Arm raised behind her shoulders to the back there, and just one more readjustment for another nose ride through the inside, a critical nose ride, and styling all the way through, and then she walks cleanly through the cross steps. Both of these women extremely good on rail, and that start with that critical nose ride is proving extremely important, with Sophia chasing a 9.51 and Soleil looking to replace an 8.17.
Sets that high line quick for Soleil, straight to the nose, finds that next high line, trim line, pedals off, doesn't want to force anything too much, and engages the rail, brings in the variety that she's been demonstrating so well throughout this event in her race to taking that leading position at the moment. Continues to find nose rides as Sophia Culhane is now up and riding out the back. Sophia opens with a nose ride, goes to the rail as Soleil engages in that beautiful carve back into the pocket, now up to the nose again as Sophia kicks out the back. Soleil continues to bring that great rail work and kicks out in the backwash.
So Soleil's wave all came alive on the middle and the inside for her. Sets herself up high with the stall, 4, 6 steps, 10, pedals back. Already had one critical nose ride, a second critical tap of the nose there, and then puts that board on rail, and the read of the wave is incredible. And see how she takes the high line to get that hang 10 there, staying very high to get that extra nose ride, and again back in for a lock 10. That's the most dynamic 10 of the whole ride. Moves into a 5 soul arch and just stylishly lifts that arm up, and then moves into a very powerful cutback, gaining acceleration off the bottom of the wave, and again doing another beautiful cutback.
And we'll take a look at the replays now to see where Sophia's may sit in the scoreline.
Great midline on the wave. Doesn't take the high line because she wants maximum trim speed there. But then out the pocket, pedals back to the tail to turn to get herself back into the pocket. But looks over the shoulder because she recognized live action, similar size wave, but looking elegant and stylish. Shannon still trying to replace that 5.67.
Yeah, she's doing everything that she can. She's staying active. She's staying busy.
Referencing all those qualities, the footwork of Khalees Kelly-Opaha, the nose riding of Sophia Culhane, and the turning of Soleil Errico. They're three models that we can really all learn a lot from as we see Soleil Errico up and riding low in that wave there. It's a smaller wave, but she's feeling it because she's already got 3 8s on the board.
She's already got 3 8s on the board. There's only 45 seconds on the clock. She's going to ride this through to the inside with so much of her home community here to cheer her on from Malibu as well, from her California life here, and cruising through to the inside section, putting in a bit of a victory lap as she digs in that rail and finishes off well, gets in a little bit more footwork, and now she looks back to see with 20 seconds on the clock, is there a chance that Sophia Culhane has caught a wave and the opportunity's presenting itself? Sophia Culhane now with one last chance to get a massive score, and that wave shuts down in front of her. She's going to ride it through with grace regardless. That style and that flow coming through and her surfing so well for the young Hawaiian. It's been incredible to watch her performance throughout this event as she continues through to the inside, but the buzzer sounds and we will have a score to drop from this wave. And she's getting so much great rail work done here. She's got the nose rides, but she gives the thumbs up to our 2022 World Longboard Champion in Soleil Errico.
Wow, incredible. I mean, you can see the tears welling up in Soleil's eyes there. She's won her second world title at her home break of Malibu. She really has done herself proud. She was born in New York. She started surfing at Honolulu Bay in Kauai, age 10. She moved to Malibu, age 15. And she has just won her second world title. Soleil Errico for the United States of America, the 2022 Women's World Longboard Champion, hugging Sophia Culhane, who's got an incredible runners-up position. But Shannon, that was such a dynamic display from Soleil. She was unstoppable.
Oh, just incredible. Her performance, her board, her equipment, now getting the chair up from Cole Robbins and CJ Nelson behind her in her corner. And she is your 2022 World Longboard Champion, taking a victory out in a year where we've had multiple events.